Hi, David East here, the Budget Man from personalitybudgeting.com. Are you sick of not having enough money? Are you having difficulty saving? Do you have too much debt? The good news is that this video is especially made for you. It's time to discover a new way of budgeting. Now, in a moment I'm going to be debunking some of those silly myths about how budgets are organised, and then, and this is the really exciting part, I'm going to show you a completely new way of organising your money. So hold on, and here we go. Myth number 1. The best way to budget is to list all your expenses and put money aside each pay in tins, bottles or envelopes. Sounds great, but it's an absolutely guaranteed formula to failure. And here's why that system doesn't work. Last century people were paid in cash or by cheque, so they had cash that they could put in each of the envelopes. Well, today I don't think many people are paid in cash. Rather, our money goes straight to the bank and then it goes off to all the different places without actually coming in our hands. And that's why myth number 1 fails. So here's the good news. If you've had trouble trying to do a budget where you were putting money away in tins, bottles or envelopes and it hasn't worked, it's not because you can't budget, it's because the budgeting system was a failure. Keep with me and we'll find out how we can really budget well. Myth number 2. Consider your budget as a business and balance your money in the same way a business does. Well, it is true, you do need to keep an eye on what's happening with your money, but your personal budget is very different to the accounts run by a business. Accounting is for a business and is designed to meet the requirements of the tax department or the IRS. It's an official record of the business that can be used in a court of law or to find out if any money has gone missing. Here's the good news. Your budget is for your after-tax money, so it doesn't need all those complicated parts that we find in an accounting program. So now we know 2 of the reasons why budgets fail. The first reason is because budgets fail when we try to use yesterday's methods. Now, some people were successful with them last century, but very few are today. The second reason, of course, is that budgets fail when we try to make them more complicated than they need to be. We think of them as accounting programs when they're not. Let's set the scene. It happens just about every day. You go, put your card in the machine, you see there's 415 as the balance. Now, how much of that can you take out? The lot? Or is there rent due? Is there part of the insurance due? Is there gas or something else that's going to come out of that? And if you take that 415 out, are you going to be short? Which brings us to the question, what should today's budget look like? For a start, today's budget should be simple and should almost run itself wherever possible. And today's budget, well, it should fit with how we use our plastic cards, ready tellers, automatic deductions and credit cards, etc. Let me tell you something you're not going to find anywhere else, and it's very, very helpful. There are only 3 places that your money can go. It can go to pay bills. Now, your bills are things like your rent, your electric, your gas, your car expenses, etc. It can go on day-to-day expenses, things like food, entertainment, travel. Or it can go on things for tomorrow, your investments for your retirement. The next step is very simple. What we do is we open bank accounts for each of the different types of expenses we have. So for instance, for our bills we have a bill account, for our day-to-day expenses we have a day-to-day expense account, and for our future we treat that as a bill because we will always pay ourselves when we think of it as being a bill. Now, I could go on talking about this all day, and I'd keep on giving you new and exciting information, But what would be far better is if you could interact with an online budgeting workshop. So that's what I'd like to offer you now, a free, interactive, online budgeting workshop. And it's where you can spend 15-20 minutes and find out what sort of budget could work for you. So, go to personalitybudgeting.com, follow the links through, and have fun with the budgeting workshop, because I'm sure it will make a big difference. Here's a sample of what the budgeting workshop looks like. I thought I'd show you this so you know that it's a nice, easy, relaxed way of working out in your own time what your budget will be like. It was Albert Einstein, the great physicist, that was quoted as saying, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Yet we still do it. We keep trying old systems which we know don't work, and we still expect that one day they will work. Let me encourage you that yes, there is a budgeting system out there that you can use, and yes, you will find it by taking the online workshop at www.personalitybudgeting.com. This is David East, the Budget Man, wishing you all the best.